Well, hello today. Today I would like to show you how I designed my little spinner, a print and place spinner. This prints as one piece. You pull it off, it spins. Kind of a fun, easy little project, and so I'm going to show that to you. So, what you start with is um, you could start with either a tube or with a cylinder. Um, with the tube, you need to figure out the radius, the wall thickness, that kind of stuff in these settings. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm just going to worry about using a cylinder. Now, when I pull it out, I can use the shortcut of F to turn around and focus just on that. I can use the shape inspector here to change the number of sides. I'm going to do that. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it about 50 millimeters. That's 2 inches, or about 2 inches, like that. Now, too tall, I know, but that's okay. I can simply turn around and now resize it, and I'm going to make it about 5 millimeters. And so that's my starter there. I'm going to turn around and grab this cylinder that's a hole, and I'm going to make it about 10 millimeters smaller. Once again, I'm going to use the shape inspector to turn around and turn it up to 64 sides. So I turn around and I go to 40. Now, I can see that these two shapes are not lined up. That's okay. I'm going to use my alignment tool here, and I'll get it perfectly aligned using that. You can see that. Great. And before I group these, I'm going to duplicate this one, hitting Control D, move that to the side, take these two, and I am going to group them. So that leaves me with a nice tube right there. I know the wall is 5 millimeters because I made it 10 millimeters, so 5 on each side. And I'm going to use this shape. I'm going to turn it into a solid. This is going to be my center one. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to make it smaller so there's a millimeter or two between. If I go 38, it would leave a millimeter all the way around. I'm going to go 37 just so I have a little bit more. I'm going to move this down to 5 to match the other one. And it's good to know what your measurements are before you start. Now that is not perfectly aligned. That's okay. We're going to use the alignment tool again. Um, Center align, not that. Okay, so that's pretty good. For now, I'm going to lock this shape, and I'm actually going to hide this shape, the outer ring, with Control H right now. And so we have the two shapes. Now to make them spin, I'm going to take a cone, purple cone right here. So I'm going to take my purple cone, I'm going to move my sides up, make it smoother, but I need it to be smaller. I'm going to take it and make it 5. Now 5 matches what this is, and I'm going to hit shift and my arrow keys. If I hit shift with it, it moves them faster, but I want to focus in on it for a moment so I can see it. I want to move it 90 degrees. Now, when I rotate it on the inside instead of on the outside. If on the outside, I might accidentally get 91 or and everything, so I want 90. Uh, Move it to about where I want. And so I can use this to make sure it's center aligned. Great. I look around here, make sure that it's actually touching. Sometimes when students make them, they'll be sticking out just a little bit like that, not attached. So I'm using the arrow keys, making sure it's in there just a little bit like that. Now I need this same shape, so I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate it. And once I duplicate it, I can rotate it 180 degrees, maybe. There are two of them there, so I need that for the bottom. And so we can see where that is. That should still be center aligned and everything. We can double check that with all three of our shapes. Now, because I have this center one locked, it won't move it. It will move the other ones to be centered with it, and I don't have them perfectly centered, so that works. Okay, so that brings us, we can make that. Now, if I was to print this, this would be, the center one would be stuck in the middle one. I need to make holes for those cones to spin in. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that one. I'm going to lock this one for a moment so we don't accidentally move it. I'm going to duplicate that, make the duplicate a hole, move it up. Nope, that's the wrong direction. Okay, and now I can hide the original with Control H. I've been moving them with the arrows. I'm going to duplicate it, Control D. I'm going to make the duplicate a whole, and I'm going to move it, and I'm going to go and hide the original. Now, hiding the original, what's nice is I can double check that this is aligned. It is. I need to unlock this shape for a moment so I can make changes to it. But uh, with the other ones hiding, if I group this and then I unhide the other ones, um, it will not affect the ones that were hidden. I can pull this out. You can see that those cones are complete and those holes go all the way in. So I'm going to undo that. So now we have that shape. That is how you make a spinner. Pretty simple process. If you have questions, let me know.